Hey everyone! I changed places again in my room and continual hope that I will find the correct lighting for these things. I'm not even sure what I'm filming right now. But anyway, it is day one of the book to readathon. Yes! And I have finished for today. Well, I mean, I can still continue, but I have reached today's quota of 300 pages. In fact, I have read a grand total of 315 pages. Yay! What I did so far is I read and listened to, for the audiobook challenge, the prologue and first 3 chapters of The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. Decided to do both at the same time, that way neither medium would get neglected. So the prologue and the first 3 chapters together, that was 61 pages. Technically speaking, I listened to them earlier. I listened to them after midnight, so that it was like today, but it was technically in my waking hours last night. It still works because everybody was just in there like midnight. Yeah. So, and then this morning I began and finished a little earlier. I went to shower first. I read and I finished and thus completed the challenge of doing a reread, which was Jeanne Feeds au Roi by Suzanne Martel. It's a French book from here in Quebec. It has been my favorite book since I was like 13 years old, I think. It was once assigned reading in school. And usually I did not enjoy assigned reading. Like, I seriously loathe the idea of someone like forcing me to read something. I want to read it because I want to. But this was like, I think this book is responsible for my entire like enjoyment of reading the way that I do. I'm pretty sure like if somebody out there who's watching this has read this book, I will be very surprised. But I will say there is an English version out there. It's called The King's Daughter. I have never personally read it, and frankly I'm not sure that I could, because I'm just so used to the French version that like I don't know how the translation was. I don't know like how it's gonna carry. Like I can't do it. Like this is my baby. Like. And like the thing is that I haven't read it for a few years now, and like I remember most of it, you know, but maybe not in the right sequence, and like some things that I did forget. But like as soon as I got back into it, it was just like I remembered like the 2 heroes in here. We have Jeanne, who is the Feeds au Roi. If you don't know what a Feeds au Roi is, look it up. It's like basically like these young girls who came to Nouvelle France, which is like somewhere here with Quebec and everything, and like were given a dowry by the king, and like were new spouses to enrich the colony. And so the heroine here, Jeanne, she's 18 years old when she leaves France. She was an orphan. She was raised by her grandfather in the woods, and like she knows how to take care of herself. And on her way to Quebec, Nouvelle France, Ville Marie, everything, one of her friends who was also there with her, she fell in love with a sailor on the ship, and it was so sweet. The thing is though that she was promised already. She already had someone waiting for her when they got there to marry her. And so when they got there and someone came to pick her up to take her there, Jeanne says, "No, it's me." And so she took her place to go and marry this guy that, you know, they didn't know anything that much about him. And to find out what happened when Jeanne married her future husband, Simon. Go check it out, dudes. You know, all I'll say is that these two, I'm pretty sure they were my first OTP. They still are. They're my French babies. Yes, so happy that I did this challenge because it allowed me to revisit my old friends. And yeah, so I finished this. This was 254 pages. So with the 61, that was 315. Like I said, like, you know, the day's not over. I could still like keep going, you know. The thing is though that since I'm going to be reading a lot this week, my writing is going to take a little bit of a, you know, it's going to be put to the side a little bit. So since it's still only like, what time is it? Like, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. So I'm going to try and put in a little bit of writing, and hopefully inspiration will come to me, and like I'll get some things done enough that later tonight I can continue reading. Maybe I'll go and listen to a few more chapters of the Land of Stories, or maybe I will start tomorrow's big endeavor, which is The Hobbit. And tomorrow, if I do another video, which I probably will, I will explain why I call it an endeavor. Mystery. Stick around. Until then, you see, reread a book. Check. 300 pages per day. Monday. Check. Oh yeah, I am ready. I am freaking ready. So if you are watching this, you know, let me know how's it going for you with your readathon, and yeah. And if you're gonna check out this one, just tell me. And if you are reading it in English, please tell me how the translation is. I'm not making any promises, but yeah, I love it. Okay, so